The word is out. The penny is dead. The president has officially ordered a halt to the presses, ending over 2 centuries of copper coin production to widespread celebration. Looking at this cost breakdown, the reason for the celebration is obvious. It currently takes nearly 4 cents to manufacture a single 1-cent coin. Run that exchange rate on a larger scale, and for every dollar the government spends, it buys exactly 27 cents worth of physical pennies. This terrible deal happens 100 million times a year, feeding a compounding $70 million annual deficit. The United States Mint manages to run a financial deficit precisely by literally printing money. Stopping the presses is clearly an economic necessity. But the exact administrative method the White House is using to kill the coin has accidentally triggered a high-stakes standoff over the balance of American power. According to the Constitution, Congress, and only Congress, has the explicit authority to write the laws deciding which coins exist. The president's role is strictly limited to execution. They operate the mints exactly as the legislature directs. Since Congress originally created the penny through ink and legislation, the president shouldn't have the legal power to just snap it away. The executive order relies on a specific legislative loophole born from decades of congressional dysfunction. Passing a law requires corralling hundreds of partisan representatives to agree on dense logistical details, a task that has become increasingly difficult. To get anything passed before summer break, Congress developed a habit. They write broad legislation stating a simple goal and leave the complex math entirely blank. Legally, this shifts the burden to the executive branch, forcing the president's administration to figure out exactly how to fulfill an open-ended mandate. When Congress passed the law dictating which U.S. coins can exist, calculating the exact production volume for each year was deemed too difficult, so they instructed the mint to simply print the necessary amounts. By passing the buck on the difficult math, Congress unknowingly handed the president the power to define what is or isn't necessary. The administration is taking that exact phrasing and applying it to the penny's abysmal ledger. If a coin costs 4 times its face value to manufacture and drains millions of dollars from the Treasury every year, the administration can argue that production is unnecessary. As this equation illustrates, mathematically and legally, 0 is an amount. By defining 0 as the necessary amount, the executive branch is using pure semantics to functionally cancel out a law Congress intended to pass. Exploiting the necessary amount phrasing is a historical trick previously used by other presidents to manage the currency. Historically, presidents used a soft trick, dropping production of unpopular coins to tiny batches intended solely for numismatics, coin collectors. This effectively removed the coins from public view without directly defying Congress. But the penny is a primary currency. Pushing a coin that requires billions of units in daily circulation to absolute 0 moves past simple management and into functional abolition. This executive shift makes a separation of powers argument ineluctable. The Supreme Court will eventually have to decide if 0 is a legal amount. If this technically correct decree stands, it provides a permanent blueprint for future presidents to effectively erase any vaguely written congressional law, fundamentally altering the balance of power.